Hi, I'm James Monroe. I've been going to club for about 13 years now, and I'm 18. I'm a person who likes to write, likes to read, likes to learn about history. One of the greatest inspirations in my life personally was my father. He was a good man. He was a hard-working man, but he loved his family above all else. He recognized, that his family was important to him, and he made sure he could, he would work overtime just so we would be able to afford nice things like that. One of my other inspirations is Stephen King. He's a great writer. He's a successful writer, and I do want to become a successful writer. I want to go to college so I can study writing and things like that. I want to become an author, and Stephen King was, somebody that really intrigued me with the stories he wrote, because many of them had while this is true for pretty much every story, a lot of the deeper meanings and things in his stories were reflections of him, and they give us eyes into his personal life that not very many people would really know or think about. I like writing. It helps me relieve stress in a healthy way. I can go ahead and sit down, start up my computer, and write. The second reason I like it does circle back to Stephen King. It allows you to put so many, and this is done pretty much with every book, like 1984, Brave New World, all of those things. You can put so much into the words, and there's a lot to unpack in these books. After high school, I plan to go to college for writing. I plan on creative writing, however, due to the way life works, that may change or diverge at some point in time. I plan to go 2-year community college and then transfer to a bigger university and finish out my schooling there. My club experience here has been a pretty good one, actually. I've been here for 13 years, and I keep coming back because I really like the atmosphere. It's a friendly atmosphere. There really is. There's no judging or anything like that. It just feels like a generally good place to be. But another reason why I keep coming back is because of the staff. They're understanding, good people that are actually fun to talk to. One of my favorite things to do here has been programs such as robotics, where we made guys like this. We made things like this. Another one of my favorite programs has been culinary, and that's because culinary has generally helped me a lot. I've learned how to cook, a couple cooking techniques here and there, like poaching, things like that. So one of the favorite programs that I've done here was a photography class led by Mike Sine. And in it, I learned not only how to take a good picture, I also learned how to edit a picture with Photoshop. And upon which we took this picture and basically put it in Photoshop, made it black and white, changed some of the contrasts and stuff. And then we submitted it to a contest, and I believe it made it to state levels. One thing that I think positively affected me here was the community service that I did here. I took it to get experience not only on how to be a better leader, but also to improve my people skills. That's a very important thing. Cool. So another thing that I've learned here at Club was how to do stop action. I did a stop motion video at one point in time. I also did a claymation one. And it was a good learning experience. I learned not only what it takes to do stop action and claymation and all of these things and everything that goes into it. I also learned how to edit the videos. Another thing that I did here in Club was Teen Talks. Teen Talks was great because it helped me improve my communication skills by interviewing some professionals in the community, but it also allowed me to get an in-look in what they do in the community, how they work, and other career paths that I may have not considered. Club has been here for me through a couple of troubling times in my life, but I'd say the worst was when my father passed away. I was only 16 when it happened, and the members at Club here were actually helpful, and they cared about me, and they helped me get through it. So I was in Keystone when I was around 16 to 17, and my role was the media manager. And I was in charge of creating designs, logos, things like that, while also actually creating the media things. Like, for example, I remember we sold tickets at a movie night actually in the gym at Perry, and I was responsible for creating or helping create the design of the tickets. the environment is a very important thing. I think that's obvious to everybody. But at the current rate we're going, yeah, we're making more moves to more, renewable green energy, and of course there are still some things that you can only really effectively get with fossil fuels. That's unavoidable. But everybody should still do more to try and help the environment, like recycling and reusing, things like that. It's the little things that help. One thing that me and my mom do is that when we go out to the store, we buy the big, 24, 40 pack of plastic water bottles, but we don't recycle the water bottles after we use them. After they're already used, we rinse them out, and then we refill them with either water, tea, or really any sort of drink. And then after we've used it a second time, we then recycle them. In the future, I want to reduce my use of electronics, because excessive use of electronics leads to more fossil fuels being burned, which leads to a bigger carbon footprint, which isn't good.